Hello, bonjour, savant. How are we this evening? It is Friday, May the 29th, 2026, here in downtown Sarnia on the St. Clair River. I keep wanting to say by the lake. I have to break that habit and start saying what I just said on the shores of the St. Clair River, or the waterfront as we call it here. I wish again you could see outside. You can only see a little bit of the trees here, but beyond there, the sun is setting right now. It's just about 8:45, and it's just gorgeous. I really wish you could see it. Anyway, you'll have to take my word for it. I'm just coming on for a quick message tonight. Basically, I heard two words in meditation: tell time. I took it as we all take that meaning, tell time. Like, in other words, what time is it right now? Which I just said it's, I don't know. I think where my clock is behind here somewhere. So it's before 9 p.m. here. That's not what the message was and is about. Tell is a verb, time is a noun. So we're not looking at it from the old paradigm or the old way of viewing that concept. We're at the mercy of time. Time rules us. Time runs us. We're running out of time. This is a different perception. When I first heard it in meditation, again, all I heard was two words: tell time. And I took it. Oh, we're going to tell the time, which is, 8:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, let's say. That's telling time, right? We're giving you what it is in our little time capsule. We're reading the clock, which is, of course, a construct. It is made up. I want to say man-made, but it's beyond that. So we're all running behind, or we're running ahead of schedule, or we're whatever. We're always running to play catch up, or we're waiting because we're ahead of time. There's a linear concept of past, present, and future. That's what we've been told about time. So again, time tells us what to do. But the new paradigm, the new perception, the new way of viewing things, which is actual truth, it's the actual situation. We tell time. So we're telling time to do certain things. Like we would tell our students, if we were a teacher, we would be telling our students what to study for the exam. Or your boss would be telling you what to do over the next number of weeks or months to reach their monetary goals. So time doesn't tell us, time doesn't run us, time doesn't rule us. We're not at the mercy of time. We tell time what we want. So we tell time that we want our divine timeline. We manipulate time such that we arrange everything ahead of time before we come here, and we tell time, this is what our plan is, this is what our goal is, this is our kinetic energy making this happen. We will zoom in on this timeline and we will fly out on that one. And nobody else, nothing else, gets to tell us what to do in that regard, because we planned this before we came here. So here's our higher perception now about time. So dispel those old concepts that time rules us. We rule time. I've actually experimented with this. I think it was back in 2010 when I first started playing with it. I was late for an appointment. Oh, I don't like being late. Get all tense, and then if you're in a car, you tend to speed or you get a little agitated or maybe even angry, right? You get angry when that red light stops you instead of that green light that lets you go along. And I decided that I had 15 minutes to get to this appointment. But somehow I really required more than that. And it didn't work out that way. So I had to rush. And I ended up getting there in 10 minutes, but the clock still gave the time as that 15 minutes. So I maneuvered time such that if the appointment, let's say, I'll be more concrete. Let's say the appointment was at 3 p.m. I don't know what it was at the time. Let's say I had an appointment, it was 3 p.m. I had to be there for 3 p.m. And I knew it took me, let's say, half an hour to drive there in good weather and good traffic. So let's say I knew I'd had to be going out the door by 2:30 p.m. to make it on time. Could have left earlier to arrive earlier. But I left at 2:45 instead, knowing that I wouldn't be able to make that 3 p.m. It would be after 3 p.m. Again, depending on the weather and the traffic and all the stoplights in between. But I determined that I was not going to be late, that no matter how long it took me, I was still going to arrive at 3 p.m. And I arrived at 3 p.m. Right. So I learned back then that you can do that if you want to. And I told one of my clients, because this woman was always late. Always. Always. And I told her, because she had to leave me and then get to her next appointment. And there was no way she was going to do it. So I told her how to do it, how to try it anyway, to see if she could do it. She did it. She accomplished it. There was another one of my clients who, this is when I was in Barrie, most of the time I was in Barrie. I had a client who was coming up from, I think it was Toronto, and she didn't get gasoline for her car. And she was so worried, and she didn't know how she was going to do it, like to get back. And she was concerned, obviously. I mean, going down the 400, there are only so many places to stop and get gasoline. So I told her how to, visualize that and project that, see it as a reality that, yes, there'd be enough gasoline in the tank to get her home safely. And that's what she did. And she said it was just, I was driving on fumes, if you're used to that way of speaking. So these things can be done because this is a simulation after all, right? But if you don't know, then you don't know how to play the game. Your thoughts, again, for the gazillionth time, your thoughts create your reality. If you visualize in a certain way and you're using your power, and you're not playing the victim, oh, woe, and is all in residing in fear, then you can pull off a lot of crazy stuff. So right now, we are supposed to be telling time what to do. We are to tell time that we are on our divine timeline that raises us out of here, out of these doldrums, out of these lower ways of being and thinking and acting and projecting and behaving and portraying ourselves, which isn't true. That's a lie that you've been taught about you. So be true to you. Manufacture what you want to do and play the game with a new attitude. Because you're speculating that you can do a lot more than you thought you could do. And your speculation is true. It's magnetic for you. So I was hearing was it this week? I think it was this week with a client. Can't remember everything we were talking about, but there was a point that was made by our spirit teams, that we're all becoming more magnetic. Our magnetism is increasing phenomenally at an exponential speed. So as we learn how to operate this machinery, like when you are in need, you will be in need indeed. Okay, so again, however you think, the cosmic reference here of time is that you don't need to dilly-dally on your old timeline. It's time to respine a new third dimensional time or line of time. In fact, it's overtime. Like, again, talking with clients, keep hearing, you've had excuses for how long? There's no more time left for you to dilly-dally around. You should have accomplished this like 10 days ago. I actually had to tell a client, the things that you already know that you had pre-planned before you got here to do, said that should have been done. Spirit teams, guides, everybody was telling her, you should have had that done 2 days ago. So there's an urgency. If you haven't been playing the new game, Empire is saying you're out. You're out. Okay. You're off on another playing field because it ain't here. All right. So they're saying we're playing a little tough with you this evening, but we have to get our message through to you and across to you, across the time waves of thought, to emphasize our point. All right. I've been noticing that with people's teams. It's like pushy, pushy, pushy. Like, oh, really, really pushy. Like more than what I've ever seen before. Because there's no time left. We're operating on a time wave thought projection. That's from the past. That's from the dark past. And as we all know, the past does not last. We're out of time. So this is where we turn on a dime, as we've heard before, and pre-align. I'm getting a lot of lights flashing here. And pre-align to the higher line of time, that is divine. We are recreating our new divine timeline across time. So we're telling time, get in here and give me my divine timeline. So don't be afraid to say to the universe and beyond, this is my time to create my divine timeline. Let the past go. Those who are not, as I have been witnessing, and other people have said the same thing, we're seeing people really crack, like mentally and emotionally, spiritually, the great divide. That's what I'm hearing that being called. Physically, their bodies aren't going to be able to handle that for too much longer. And they won't be able to keep their strength any stronger. They won't be here much longer. Okie dokie. Well, again, see what I mean? These messages, like the truth, It's like the truth serum is waking you up to the truth. They're giving us all truth serum via the new frequencies on your planet and on your world. You're going to see it. You're going to hear it, know it, vibrate to it. Every sense, you'll pick it up. Just like all of a sudden, can you see now out the window? Now you can see. So the sun has set a little bit so that you can actually see what is real. Before, it just looked like a whitish blur. You couldn't see the reality there. Now you can. The veil's been lifted so that you can see. This is the new resurrectory. And they're blessing you and me. Okay, that's all we have to. That's all they want to say tonight. Oh, I'm glad this happened here. I wasn't going to come on, but I knew if I didn't do it now, I'd probably not remember by tomorrow. And it did seem important, and all the messages I've been getting lately, they're new, right? I mean, for years we'll get the same thing over and over and over again until it happens in the 3D and in our physicality, our reality, and then we start getting new messages in regards to future allotments of time. So all of this, all of these videos since I've moved here, so that was since the beginning of May, this is new information coming through, okay? So go tell time what to do. Get off my back, time. You're not telling me anymore what to do. You know, I'm the boss here. So rule your time. Engage with it. Make it a new timeline, a new vibrant, distilled line of time from the truth line, not the past lie line of time. Okay, I guess that's it. Is there anything else? No, they'll get more another day. Okay. Alrighty. I guess that's it. All right. Divulge your truth to no one but you. Yes. You don't have to tell people what you're up to. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Okay? All right. Love you all. Take care of yourselves and others. If you do wish to book an appointment with us, you can go to the website, www.healingourenergy.ca. And yes, there's been interest in a June class, but this is, it's a different topic than what I thought it would be. There's been interest shown about from clients who want to know more about their own light teams or their guides or their ancestry from the various off-worlder planets or whatever. If you have any interest in this, and I know it scares some people, and of course we can't talk about it with them, but if this is of interest to you, we can certainly delve into that now. I haven't really done too much of this in the past, maybe one-on-one more. If it came through for a certain reason, but this seems to be like a collective thing now for those who are awake and aware and wanting to know this information, and they're having a little bit of trouble, tuning in, getting that information by themselves. So we're going to have a class where we're going to zoom in and channel for each person who shows up at the class, their guides, their teachers, their learning experiences through the various lifetimes that they've had, and times where they were good and bad. So we're gonna show it all. We're gonna see it all, so that we know now how to proceed into our future divine timelines. Okay. I didn't know all that. I just channeled that. So if you do wish to come to a class, that's in person in Sarnia. Send me the days and times that you are available, because I gather up all that information from everybody, and then I choose the day and the time where the most amount of people can attend. Okay? So that's it. All right. Well, we will speak with you another time. All right. Bye for now.